This is where most people get greedy, start cranking it down, 45, 44. Training's a package, and so I could go 44, 43, build my confidence today, and then I'll be tired on Friday and it'll just be zapped away. So discipline, keep the splits where they're supposed to be, you'll get better over time. I just did a mile.
Yeah, okay.
So like, that's a mile warm up morning. Now we're gonna do about 70 minutes.
Yep.
40 minutes around 5:40, 5:45, 30 minutes around 5:15, 5:20. It's the first time I'll do this. I'll repeat it twice more, and I don't get any quicker. Hopefully it just kind of gets a bit easier. And like I said, it bridges the gap between Sunday being 21 miles hilly and you could be outside 7-minute pace, 6:30. This is a bit quicker, and if you combine this with the kind of track stuff, it gets you closer to race pace. And,
yeah.
So I do this morning, 70 minutes, and then tonight I go to the track and do 5x300s in about 46, 47, which is pretty fast. But I think when you're depending on where I'm training, if you're at 5,000 feet, like I talked about in France, you can get really good quality out of the Sunday, whereas 7,000 feet, I think we're at 7,200 here, you're getting a bit less quality,
yeah,
and you can very quickly lose turnover and lose speed, and all of a sudden 4:55 pace to 5-minute pace feels quite fast. So by doing longer and slower this morning and then going tonight and doing a bit faster, you can trick the body into almost brilliant benefit out of this morning. Nice long 70 minutes, heart rate will be pretty much up for a good chunk of that, and then tonight you're turning a bit of speed over and making sure you're not losing or getting stale at slower speeds at altitude. So
yeah, perfect.
Pretty good day.
And you said you're going to take your lactate maybe in the session?
Yeah, so I think after I've kind of give up. Heart rate used to be like my go-to, and like now I've kind of like give up on it a bit because it's always so different. Like heat, fuel, and so many things come into heart rate that it's kind of tiring to try to figure out if you're hitting it right or not, or we can down a bit.
Yeah.
If you're hitting it right or not, or hitting it wrong.
Yep.
Lactate is the probably gold standard measure of have I got this right or have I sort of fucked it up. But also, I don't really care about the readings today because we're still 7 weeks out from the marathon, but it'll tell me if I work too hard, or it'll also tell me so I'll repeat this probably every 2 weeks. So it'll tell me in about 3 to 4 weeks time. In 4 weeks time, it'll be the third time I'll have done this.
Yeah.
And it'll tell me if I'm progressing or if I'm getting worse.
Cool.
And like, I guess we'll find out. And that's the thing about the human body. Hopefully it gets easier and I progress, but if it doesn't, you might tweak things a little bit, but there's really nothing you can do about it. You kind of just have to take it for what it is. But I think the big thing about altitude is like, you know, a lot of people I think just have too big an ego at altitude and they're not willing to run slow enough to hit the right. This is why like everybody knows the Ingebrigtsen model by now, but they've done it for so long and they do it so, I think meticulously the word would be, or so precise. They know they're hitting threshold, bang on, lactometers every time. They know they're hitting the right sort of level of lactate and stuff. And I think if you start to do it too hard, too often, that's when you run into a bit of fatigue and a bit of tiredness. So look, today will give me an idea. I've plucked these numbers out of the sky, 540 and 520, but if we find out today that was too hard, then next time I'll adjust. But yeah, I think getting rid of the ego and just sticking to effort versus, I know I can run 440 pace for a half marathon. I know I can run 457 pace for a full. So you should actually be delighted if you have to be slower at altitude. It's like a bonus, it's a win.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, let's do it.
Yep. So yeah, I reckon we'll do 7 laps and then I'll check a lactate.
Okay.
It's roughly a mile a lap.
Yep.
And then we'll probably do, I reckon it'll be 7 and 6 or 7 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just see
how we go.
Roughly how we're getting along.
Cool.
All right.
Let's go.
The same way. It's fat. So the next 4 weeks, I'm I'm trying at night time to cut carbs back a bit, and then it helps lose a bit of muscle. Arms, back. I carry quite a lot of muscle, and probably from rugby days.
Yeah.
And I'm just built like a, the word's an endomorph.
Yeah.
I eat and do gym and exercise. I build muscle bulk. But I do it on purpose. I'm kind of like a boxer. Like in the off season, my weight goes up, and then in marathon training, it goes down.
Four miles. Is that right? Yeah.
Like 37.
Cool. Feeling how you want to feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah.
7,200 feet.
Yeah. Good point.
A couple of rolling little hills. But yeah, I feel pretty good.
Good.
Better than Sunday.
Yeah. So you said you were the conversion from altitude to sea level for you is quite a large gap.
Yeah, like I guess I train very, very ordinary.
Yeah.
But then I go to sea level, and sometimes I'll go from tempo speed 520 to like 450.
Yeah.
And so at altitude, I just have to be very patient.
Yep.
And just get the work done.
Yep. I mean, if you looked at that Sunday run in terms of data, it doesn't look overly impressive. But if you're actually there doing the hills and doing the sandy route, you realise how hard it is.
But if I tell you that 3 weeks ago I did a run with a lower average heart rate for 18 miles, an average 5:07. On that run, we averaged 6:20.
Yeah. Yeah.
At altitude, I'm very ordinary.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't need to be good at altitude.
It's not where the race is.
No.
At least not this one coming.
No. Luckily, it's sea level.
Yeah. Okay, we're coming into 6 mile mark. We're going to take 7, sorry. We're going to take the lactate.
We're 5:28
Okay.
per mile.
And you're hoping the lactate reads 3.2. Is that what you said?
Predicting.
Let's see how we go.
Yeah. It's gonna be about 4.5. I already know. It's just mad, like altitude's so different. Oh, I already pricked that finger. Oh, look, I did too. That's handy. That was like an accident. That's not gonna work. Let's do this one. There we go. Okay, make sure there's no sweat. Sweating now.
Yeah, it's getting warm.
3.3.
3.3, okay.
Maybe I was right the first time. Alright, I'm gonna switch shoes.
Okay.
Let me just put that's actually not bad. But like, actually, that said, that's hideous.
How do you mean?
It's the case that it's fucking 3 odd and I'm slow. Like, really hideous. But like, it means I got the session about right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Had it already been like about 5, then I probably would have had to keep going the same speed.
Yep.
And that would have been good. Alright, let me do this quick. I just want to compare these.
Five more laps.
5 mile.
Yeah, a little bit quicker.
Probably 5:15 to 5:20.
Okay.
Now I have to start focus.
Yeah, no more chat.
Let's see.
Only one more time up that hill. Digits up.
Too easy.
Nice.
It'll be 5.5 maybe. Oh. Nah, it could be higher.
That seemed well and truly under control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just long.
Yep.
It's just water, it's not blood. But I have that little cleaning thing, and that helps. This little yolk. No littering, guys. Pick up your litter. It'll be like 6, maybe. That's usually what it is after like 12 miles.
Yeah.
But I think I can handle that for a marathon, so
yeah.
7.0.
Okay.
I reckon it's probably a bit high, but when we do like, so this 7.0 is actually probably 5.5 in the lab. Lactate Pro 2 is a bit high, but I reckon I can run a marathon between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So that's a bit high for marathon, but that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
First 40 minutes under control, 3, which is actually in the lab probably like 2.1, and then last 5 mile just enjoy it a bit.
Yeah.
Last lap I was pushing quite a bit.
Yeah, we're down to low 5s though down there.
Yeah, so you probably find the last 5 mile was, I would guess, like 5:12 average.
Yeah.
Which on this loop is pretty good.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It is.
It's not flat.
7,200 feet, and it kind of rolls a bit. And I don't know, like you noticed on the last couple laps there, the wind was a wee bit stronger.
Yeah.
So like when you're trying not to push, you're trying to work but not push,
Yeah.
then little bits of wind just slow you down a bit, and you just have to accept it.
For sure. All right, time to back
though.
up for the track later on.
Yeah, fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And then I go faster. But it's pretty easy compared to that.
Yeah, cool.
4:30 p.m. We're at the track.
Is it 4:30? I didn't even get to nap today. Just on video calls.
So we're 7-8 hours after the tempo run.
Yeah.
We've got some warm-up dynamic stretches to do, and then some 300s.
Yeah, so I'm not like, I mean, I guess I do a lot of this stuff at home. Not a lot, but an acceptable amount. But because I did the longer tempo this morning, and I make sure nothing's like tight or sore, because like the purpose of tonight it's not like, don't confuse tonight as like a double session day. It's not. There is 2 sessions, but like one is a session, one's glorified strides, you could say. But like still 300s, and still probably still pretty hard for some people, fast for some people, but like if any part of my body, for example, hurt in the warm-up, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think now that marathon's got to the level that it's at, and you're having to, it used to be that you go to marathon and you slow everything down, and you know, if you're not fast enough at track, then you can be a marathon runner, whereas now the marathon runners are brilliant on track.
Yeah.
So like, to make sure that you don't lose that, if you can be fast, you should stay fast.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So like, you know, I ran 3:43 for 1500 a couple of times, like 3 times. I was a funded 1500 meter runner, and so sometimes that might separate me from perhaps other, say, Irish marathon runners, but only if I keep that speed. If I lose it and I don't work on it, you lose it. So like the likes of tonight, it's certainly not speed. It's 46, 47 for 300. My housemate was up here running 40-41 over hurdles the other day as a steepler, so I'll not call it speed. But for marathon, running anything around 4-minute mile pace or just outside, it's pretty quick. And then I think it helps support the longer stuff, because you're slower at altitude. It bridges that gap a little bit. It's like, I almost feel like it's like tricking the body into staying quick while you train at altitude and you're slower.
Yeah. Awesome.
Around the infield.
Okay.
And you can. I'll do a couple more.
Yeah, sure.
That's the big boss. What's really interesting is Haas pretty much from 2017, I guess I came here when I sent you guys that like London build up, and Haas seen me like full big boy. Like, I guess at the minute I'm about 71 kilos. That's 156 pounds. Back then I was 180, 83 kilograms maybe. And Haas was probably like, who is this fat lump of lard that has came to Flagstaff?
What is he doing in Flagstaff?
Like, and I kind of came, it wasn't like a bet, but like my buddy Scott Overall was like, oh, just come with me. And he got me an entry for London Marathon because he works for them. And I think as part of that, he was like, you have to come and train with me. And I trained with Scott before. Like, I obviously was a good athlete. And so Haas probably meets this guy thinking, who is this tube? And then I guess I go to London 8 weeks later and run
17?
Yeah, 2:17. He's probably like, fuck, that a boy. And so like, if anything, and now this is before shoes, and this is a real, I was still like probably 165 pounds, 76 kilograms or something. And like I remember him saying, you know, God, if you ever want to come back and train, and I think about a month later I was like, yeah, I think I will. And then like the rest is history. He, you know, I used to actually sleep, which sounds like I could sell it as a real sad story. Not sad story, but like I literally had no money, slept on the office of his floor on a mattress that at night time we tucked away, and yeah, like he's been kind of like, not like a guardian angel would be silly, but like he's been the biggest factor in getting to pretty much where I'm at, because he's he's always found a way to make things possible. And then of course he got me my contract, and he bikes with me, and yeah, a real good bloke. Whatever it takes to run another 47.
Oh, you're going 300, 300.
Yeah. What did you think I was doing?
Oh, I thought you were taking like 100 jog or something.
Yeah, but that's what I'll do. But like 90 seconds, 75, whatever it takes.
But you're starting and finishing in the same place. every
Always,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Annie looks like she's on her holidays. Entourage that follows me around.
You've got a big fan base.
I've never met these guys. We've got this girl wants an autograph. I don't know who that girl is.
Doesn't surprise me.
No,
with the
there's
shirt
actually Matthew Hughes, 3K
Yeah.
Steeplechaser, going Olympic Games.
Uh-huh.
He's here I actually biked with him the other day. It was really quite helpful. He's doing 500s over hurdles, and so we'll try to support each other as best we can. Neither of us were supposed to be here, and then as fate would have it, here we are.
Here we are.
We both fly to the games around the same time. All right, I'm gonna do another stride. Oh yeah, my watch said D training. Thank you, Garmin. Ready for me? The ash is starting to fall,
Yeah.
but I bet tomorrow it'll be clear again.
Yeah.
Ready, guys?
Yep. Here we go.
30, 31, 32, 5, 6, 7.
So that's 46.8. This is where most people get greedy, start cranking it down. 45, 44. Training's a package, and so I could go 44, 43, build my confidence today, and then I'll be tired on Friday and it'll just be zapped away. So discipline, keep the splits where they're supposed to be, you'll get better over time. Pretty tough, you know?
10 of them.
Yeah.
You thinking you might do 10?
No. 21 mile Sunday,
Yeah.
big run Saturday,
I was gonna say, it's a big
20
day
mile
already.
Friday. Today will be 17, 18. Not 10 today. 5's fine.
5 will do.
10 would be, I'd be breathing alright. I'd be breathing alright. And Matt's not fucking about on the recovery either. He's making sure on 75 I go. Woo!
Cruising.
Yeah,
Good.
that was pretty good.
Good.
What you got? 12 miles this morning.
got the cops called on him.
They actually did, like, I knew they'd be okay, but I knew he was keeping an eye on us, like. See a little fuck, like.
What does your government say?
Detraining.
That's not what you want to see when you're
No.
7 weeks from the Olympics.
Well, Kipchoge's watch wouldn't say that.
Where's the chorus, so.
Okay, so we're 7 weeks out from
Yeah.
Sapporo, Tokyo
6.5,
now.
I would say now.
Rounding into good shape.
Pretty much. I think 4 more weeks that count.
Yeah.
And then actually maybe 3.5 more weeks to count, because after I travel, it'll just be about getting over travel,
Yeah.
getting the legs ready.
And all things going to plan.
Yeah, so I'm probably much fitter than what I was before London, the 209, but this next 3 weeks was very important. So before London, this next 3 weeks, very hard.
Yeah.
So it's whether or not, and this is what we don't know, it's whether or not when you hit the body with a really hard spell, does it go up or, but we'll find out.
Find out soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.